Hey everybody, it's Nickolyn, and today I'm going to show you some of my newest thrift haul finds. First of all, I'll just say my makeup is done very heavily today because I came from a photo shoot earlier, decided to come home, figured while I still had my makeup done, I would go ahead and film this haul for you guys. So my newest project that I am trying to start has me visiting a lot of thrift stores. I know, feel sorry for me. In an effort to visit all the thrift stores in my area, I've been finding a lot of really cool finds that I really want to share with you guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. My first thrift store that I stopped at was one that I had never been to, but it's a chain of thrift stores. I'd been to one, but they actually had 5 of them, and I haven't been to all of them, so I wanted to go to another one and see what that one was like. Finding this milk glass that is the hobnail milk glass, and it's a I think they call this crinoline, or I don't know, but I like the frills on it. I like the hobnail because I kind of collect that. That's what my grandma used to have, and this was only $1. And at the same thrift store I got this thing, which I think is for like tea bags. At least that's what I'm going to put in them. And I mean, really, you could put anything in here, but I'm gonna put tea bags and put them next to my Keurig. This was only $0.25. The next thrift store I went to was also one that I had never gone to before, and when I first walked in, I was like, oh, okay, let me just breeze through it real quick and check it out. End of my trip that I should have probably got a basket or a cart at the beginning, because I ended up carrying a lot of things throughout the store. Mainly, and I guess I'll start with the biggest item, is this gigantic purple suitcase. My husband and I went to a vintage market that was on the street, and I ended up getting the smaller version of this. So when I found this for only $6, I really had to pick it up because I have the mate at home. In other non-clothing items found at that thrift store, there was an entire shelf of these little gnomes and fairies, and they're all hand painted, and they have the year on the bottom. It says 2003 that the person painted them. And this one was the cutest one, and I'll hold it up to the camera so that you guys can see it. And he's a little gnome, and he is sleeping, and also looks like he's whistling while he's sleeping. And it was only 75 cents. My last non-clothing item, I came across this little, I guess it's a little candy jar, or I really don't know, to be honest. There we go. And this is a vintage strawberry shortcake glass. I think it's a kitchen item, I'm not really sure, but I have the matching salt and pepper shakers that go with this. So at only $2, I had to pick this up to go with my S&P shakers. On the clothing items, I found this pretty cool pair of Levi's. They're leggings, but they kind of like give me the vibe of a stoned washed vintage feel and look. And these were, I believe, $3.50. The last clothing item I found there was this kind of I guess this is cheetah or leopard. I'm not sure. I've never seen an actual blue cheetah in the wild, so I think we can use our imagination. But this is a very beautiful blouse. I like these type of blouses because they're longer in the waist, and they look really good with a pair of black leggings or skinny jeans with heels. But this was also, I think, $3.50. The next thrift store that I went to, I had been to one other time before. I had gotten a lot of really cool finds, so I was excited to go back. I've been seeing these signs at some of the area thrift stores that say about a wooden nickel, and a couple of my friends and students have mentioned this wooden nickel also. So I was curious about what this wooden nickel was, to the point where, at least this time, at the end of me finding all of my treasures, I actually asked about it. And more or less what the wooden nickel is you make a one-time donation, because this thrift store helps the animals or animal shelters and animal sanctuaries in the area. And you make a one-time donation and you get a wooden nickel. Me being dense, I guess, I somehow had gotten it into my head that this was a one-time use coupon promotion. And so I ended up getting this wooden nickel. They ended up explaining it to me at the end. No, you know, once you have a wooden nickel, that's yours to keep, and you're forever a wooden nickel recipient and holder. So it was like the entire thrift store experience just got better and better because I ended up finding all these great finds. I ended up getting them 50% off, and then when I found out that I was able to keep this wooden nickel forever and ever, I actually went back in. So technically this thrift store I visited 2 times because I left, I put the things in my car, and I thought, well, I have this wooden nickel and there were a couple things in there that I wanted to get. Let me go back in and redeem this wooden nickel. When I went in and they said, no, 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 that's yours to keep. You keep that forever. I was doing a happy dance inside because I thought, yay. So now I follow them on Facebook and I'll be able to see when their sales are. But let me get to what I got. Very first thing that I saw when I went in were these really cool purple suede Betsyville high heels. Okay, and let me tell you, these are completely brand new. They said they were actually in the box. They discarded the box to display them, but these are absolutely brand spanking new. Okay, there is no scuffs on the heel. There's nothing, not a thing. The sticker on the bottom looks like these were donated from a consignment shop, and the consignment shop had these priced at $49 originally, and then they marked them down to $42. Then somehow they ended up in the thrift store marked at $15. Wow. They were supposed to be $15, 50% off. When I ended up getting home and looking at my receipt, I realized that the cashier actually priced these at only $5, 50% off. So folks, I paid $2.50 for these shoes. And I actually feel bad because it's money should have been donated to help out the animals, so I'll probably give them a donation or something like that. But I still got these shoes for $2.50. These shoes really remind me of Gem, because I think it's because didn't she have like an earring that looked like this, that was like the star or something? Anyway, when I put these on, that's what immediately made me think of was Gem, the cartoon from the 80s. Which leads me to my next item. So if you follow me on Instagram, I posted that I found 2 really 80s jackets that probably no one would ever wear. And I had asked my followers to comment which one they thought I got. And most people were saying the blue one, and yes, that's the one that I got. So this is very much an 80s jacket, windbreaker, that's the word I'm trying to look for, windbreaker. So this was only $1.75 because it was $3.50 and it was 50% off for that day. And it has just this, the wonderful 80s vibe. And actually it fits me really good and I will probably wear this. I got this very worn in, well-loved, it is a motorcycle jacket, I guess. I don't know. I guess motorcycle jackets have more padding and stuff, but this is obviously just a leather jacket. A moto jacket, I guess is what they do call it. And this was originally $10. And I got it for $5. You know when you're at a thrift store and somebody takes something off the shelf and you spy it and you're like, oh my gosh, I would really, really want that. Let me just hang out here and pretend to look at something else until they hopefully put it back. I spotted this girl take this dress down and I saw only the bottom part of the dress. And she was looking at it, put it in her cart, and I was like, oh man, she's gonna take that dress. And she ended up putting it back, and I walked away and she walked away, and I came back and I pulled this dress down. So this was the dress, and I think this is a kind of a remake, vintage looking dress, but it is right up my alley. I love it so much, and I didn't even look at the size or anything. I just grabbed it and took it into the dressing room to try it on. It fits me and I love it so much. But when I pulled this one down, this one was also right behind it. And again, I think this obviously was donated from the same person. These are kind of remake vintage dresses, and it was funny because when I tried them on and showed my husband, he said, those are definitely a statement dress, and I said, I am a statement. I made my purchases and I went out to the car, and then I came back in for this second round of stuff that I had seen and didn't want to pay full price for, but didn't know that I had this opportunity to get this wooden nickel. And it's this cute little vintage baking soda holder, and it's in the original box, and she's called Sweet Sue, and you're supposed to put baking soda in her, and she's supposed to freshen your refrigerator, which I don't think I will put baking soda in her. She's gonna be just a clever decoration. This says it's from 1977. $5 originally, $2.50 with my wooden nickel. And the last thing that I got from that thrift store was this pretty nice handbag. And this one is nice and wide, and the reason why I like this one is because I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to my day planner, and I have to have a handbag that fits my day planner. Like, I pick handbags whether or not my planner will fit in it, and this was behind the case in the thrift store, and I asked the associate if she could get it down for me, and I told her, I said, bear with me. I pulled out my planner and I put it in here. I was like, I have to make sure that this fits in here in order to make this purchase worthwhile for me. So planner fits. Also, I like to have this little thing on here for a key ring, and it kind of matches all of my standards for a purse. And when my purse strap broke on my old one, I was having a really hard time finding a handbag that my planner would fit in, and I was looking at thrift stores. I kind of wanted one immediately, and couldn't find one, so I was really happy to find this one. And then the last thrift store I went to, the stuff. Ugh. When I walked in, I found this. Oh yes, and this handbag was originally $15. Half off it was $7.50, which is still more than I normally would pay, but I was having a hard time finding one that fit my planner, so I figured I might as well get it while I could. I think it's a designer. Of course, it's one that I've never heard of before because I'm not really fashion conscious. It's Olivia and Joy, New York, whatever that means. So then the last thrift store I went to, I found this bag. I just liked it because it was kind of well worn in looking and kind of, I guess, rustic looking. Rustic? I don't think that's the word I'm really looking for. But I just liked it. This was $2. This one, which ironically also fits my planner. So after being able to not find one to fit my planner for a really long time, I ended up finding two, brown and a black one. This one was also $2, and I didn't even try that out for $2. I was definitely going to try that one at that same thrift store. I ended up finding these very kind of vintage, reminiscent of the 80s, acid washed, stone washed, distressed on the side. These are Red Fox brand jeans, and these were $3. The woman at the thrift store, the cashier, she did one of these. She looked at these, then she looked up like that at me, and she went, "These are cool." The last find of the day was this orange kind of evening gown length dress. This dress was $3.50. So I wanted to show you guys all of my finds from my, and that's all in one day. And believe it or not, I was tired after I went to all these thrift stores. Like, I never thought I would be tired of thrift shopping. But I had to get home to feed my fur baby, and I stopped in all these stores not thinking I was gonna find all this clothing, and I ended up finding all this clothing that just kind of jumped out at me. I'm not even close to scratching the surface of visiting all of the other thrift stores in our area, and I'm sure I'll have more thrift hauls coming up in the near future for you. So if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to my channel. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Nickel and Dime. Visit my website, nickelanddime.wordpress.com. And until next time, I will see you later, guys. Bye. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.